guys, it's MisterTanooki here. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play CastleVania Aria of Sorrow. On the last episode, we got the hunting, and we finished off the private quarters and the dance hall, and we defeated the headhunter. Basically, a lot of stuff happened, and we made even more progress between episodes. So I leveled up quite a bit, because where we're going to be facing another boss, as you would expect from a new area. And I think we need to be quite leveled up. I am at some point, actually, going to go and get some more potions. Oh, actually, no, we've got 9 left, and we've got some tasty meat. I think we should be good, actually, because the next boss we're going to take on is actually decently difficult. But anyway, I want to show you guys some changes I've made. So first thing, I collected the Student Witch Armor. Armor Soul, which releases a lethal cat that runs full speed at enemies. I've still got flying armor equipped, but I equipped the Peeping Eye just out of curiosity to see what it did. I couldn't tell what it did. I think I'm going to change that to, well, we need to have it as the Undying, because where we need to go, we need to walk on the water. So I'm going to have it for that for now, but then I think I'm going to change back to Headhunter. I also changed from the ninja suit to the steel plate, which I picked up from, I believe it was an axe armor. I can't quite remember, or a rock armor. Anyway, one of the armors dropped a steel plate. Actually, I think it might have been one of the disc armors that was on the roof where we got the hunting. So I think they dropped it. And the reason I went for that is because although the ninja suit does give us 2 attack, you will see when I change back how beneficial this is to us. Because look, it drops attack by 2. Yeah, that's not good. It drops everything by 2, but it raises our defense by 8. And I think for this point in time, we're doing decent damage for everyone, so we don't really need much attack. I want to quickly show how the Student Witch armor works, because it's actually the best. You can see there, it does actually require quite a lot. It requires 20, which eats a decent chunk into our MP. But as you saw, it does actually run through multiple enemies. So it basically, we killed 2 enemies for something that was cost 20, and it does a lot of damage. So that's basically the equivalent to it only costing 10, if you think about it like that. But you can see now, guys, that we can walk on the water, which is kind of magical. It's kind of sacrilegious. Like, it makes me think of Jesus. Okay, I think if we actually go over here, this is where we got the flying armor. We need to get a new soul that helps us sink, which we get in this next area. So if we jump on here, this will take us to the next area. It's obviously going to be an ominous hallway before we actually get there. Is there anything here, actually? Or is there anything here? No, there's not. There's nothing there at all. Okay, also, good thing to note is the cats can actually run downstairs. So they just go in a straight line. So you can do a lot of damage with them. And they're quite accurate for enemies that are on the ground. Whereas with the spear and stuff like that, you had to make sure that you were in, at the right range of them so it would actually hit. But welcome, everybody, to the floating garden. This is actually quite a decently difficult area because of the cockatrice. Now, if you weren't paying attention, the cockatrice had that little beam that it fired. I think this is actually the only point we're actually going to need the Undying. So I'm going to switch back to the Headhunter, because look at what we gain. That's what happens when I grind between episodes, guys. So if you weren't paying attention, the cockatrice actually launched a kind of laser from its eyes. Come back, please. I know you've got to come back. There we go. The cockatrice actually launched a laser from its eyes. Essentially, if you're stuck in that laser at a certain point of its attack, you will get frozen by stone. It's kind of like the Medusa heads. It's kind of like, I can't for the life of me think of the name of them, but like those pink, like ox type creatures. It's kind of like those. I think if we come to the middle, it starts running. Come on. I could actually get away with just throwing my cats at them. Die! You will get killed by cats. And essentially how this bit works, I wish we picked up a map, because I think map number 3 is actually available. This area, the point we need to get to, I just want to finish the floating garden. But when we get to a certain point of this area, it becomes quite difficult because it becomes like a maze. Thankfully for you guys, I know pretty much where we've got to go. I say that after I go the wrong way, because I believe first we actually have to go here, because there's actually a map available that I want to get. I want to quickly show the cockatrice off, though. It doesn't, yeah, we did get caught in its beam. I was going to say it doesn't look like we're going to get caught in its beam. And I really, really want to avoid using a potion. Oh, there we go. And we got its soul, so that's very helpful. I really want to avoid using a potion, because like I said, We are going to need it for this big boss fight that we're going to do, which will, you know, it will be a big challenge if we don't have potions. I'm confident I can do it without it, but it is like the only fight for a while that I would actually consider to be difficult. What annoys me about this enemy is even when you are in when you're not in its beam, you still get affected, so it's really bad. I think if we go through here, or it might be the next floor, there is actually a map. No, it's here. Okay, so we've got castle map 3, so you can see how large this area is and how spread out it is. I want to point out quickly, those bits at the top are actually bits that we have to warp to. You'll know what I'm talking about once we get there, but if you played the game before, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. This, for me, this area is infamous. See, now here's the problem I am having. I don't know whether or not I should go across here. Have we been across there? No, we haven't. So it might have actually been beneficial if we did. But you know what? We need to cover the whole map anyway, so I might as well just continue. Let me tell you guys about my day. So today, it's been kind of foggy, you know. So I went out and I bought like a, I guess you could describe it as a raincoat. Because I don't know why. It was kind of like a plasticky, like, veil kind of thing, I suppose. Because whenever I'm in fog, I don't know what it is. It's probably because fog itself is quite, you know, is filled with moisture and stuff. I don't know why, but it always makes my clothes just smell. And that's really bad because, you know, I do wash them, obviously. But it's very... Oh, actually, I can just get across anyway, just by floating across here. And I think if we float across again, that should take us to... I think this is the part where we need to be. Yes, it is. These are the roofs. Now, essentially, these, as far as I know, are random. So, whatever part you come out of... will affect where you got to go. We do have to actually get to a little room that comes out of the roof. I want to collect this soul, actually, because it's actually one that we don't need... But it's a good one to have just because for completion. And if I remember correctly, it's actually kind of an easy soul. Also, if you go up here, there is occasionally like really large sacks of money. I know one of them has like 500 in it. And this is actually a bad time to mention it because it doesn't. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes my clothes smell. So I got this kind of, I guess you could call it like an anorak or a plastic cover or something. Essentially, it was kind of like... the only way I could describe it, it was like, you know those plastic sleeves that you collect, like, you put collectible cards and stuff in? It was like the human equivalent of that. So, you know, if someone wanted to collect me, if comic book guy from The Simpsons wanted to collect me like he did in that Treehouse of Horror episode, he could, because I would be perfectly mint condition for him. Also, I've got to complain about this, because it doesn't look like these actually... See, it's obvious looking at them now what they are. It's kind of like a 3D attempt at like a pillar, like a crashed down pillar. But to me, it looks like a window that's got light coming out of it. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I can't be the only one that thinks that. We should destroy these guys pretty much straight away. And there we go, 1,000! Wow, how much do we have at the moment? We've got... A lot actually. There is a soul we can get later on, which I'm definitely going to get because it basically makes it very, very easy to get money, and there'll be a soul as well that makes it cheaper to get a couple of items. So we need to get those two, and I'll do that off camera, but I will have it recording kind of so you can show how it's done. Unless I actually like manage to get it on camera. There's a lot of money in this room. I can't help but notice. I guess it's because they don't expect much people to go up here. I'm just gonna continue my story. So I got like an anorak, or I'm just gonna call it. It's an anorak. It's a plastic coat kind of thing, I guess. Did I not kill you? Did I not kill you? I'm pretty sure I killed you. Why are you back? Well, there's some of them I didn't notice. Am I suddenly like in a different room? Oh, they were on that top bit, weren't they? Okay, well that room was actually very good for collecting experience, so I'm glad that we actually went in there. Well, we need to anyway. I think this one leads us back to... Oh no, this leads us to this one. See, now these guys annoy me. In the original CastleVania, these guys are annoying. I also want to mention, this soul here I'm going to use from now on, because it's 22, but it works the same as the cats, and it's more powerful. And I want to get an example of showing it. It is a lot slower though, from what I've noticed. but it is a lot more powerful. I believe the cats did like 47 and that did 67. We need to kill this guy because he gives us like a permanent power-up that we can constantly use. He's very difficult to get because of how agile he is, and there's also a save room in here. But, you know, I'm going to get that soul. I was under the impression that you can get this soul straight away because I've always managed to get it straight away. Like, I've never had a day, like a playthrough of this game where I haven't got this soul straight away. And now, of course, as I said that, I would have trouble. I want to show this room off quickly. You can't go through here. Luckily, it doesn't damage you, so I can just go through this as many times as I want. But we do need to go through that to get 100% completion of this. Well, not full 100%. But to actually get the true ending of this game. As I said last episode, or maybe it was the episode before, this game actually does have multiple endings. So you need to complete like certain requirements to actually unlock, I suppose, in a way, those endings. Why am I not getting this soul? Do I not like meet requirements for it or something? Because I'm level what, 23? There we go, 23. Hopefully I'll actually get a lot of experience from this and become like level 24. This guy, like I said, is actually very agile, which makes him very difficult. But the soul I want to get, if you haven't noticed, is from that little kicking animation he's doing. I'm going to try one more time until I skip ahead to when I actually get it, because I don't know why I'm having so much trouble, because like I said, I've never not gotten it first time. So, okay, I'm just going to skip ahead. Okay, there we go. Kick a skeleton. Kick during a double jump by pressing down and A, which did just that. It really doesn't make that much of a difference, but I like it because you can kind of like bounce on top of enemies' heads. So it's kind of fun. That was kind of cheap, actually. We didn't actually level up. I'm surprised. It took me like 3, maybe 4 more times after I actually skipped ahead. Are you serious? I'm surprised we actually got that Altair eagle thing, which I'm kind of surprised. I always thought that was an Assassin's Creed reference until I realised that this game came out before Assassin's Creed, I'm pretty sure. But Altair, I'm pretty sure is actually like Italian or French for eagle. Why am I having so much trouble getting up here? I'm just going to ignore the rippers because they're being a bit annoying and making it very difficult for me to carry on living. There we go, there we go. These guys are actually very good souls. Just because of how annoying they are for enemies. Because you see how much trouble I'm having with them. That's how much trouble an enemy will have with them. Now what I'm going to do, I believe to actually... this is what I mentioned about bosses that were previously... you know, bosses coming back as normal enemies. And this is a good example of that. You may remember from, I think it was episode 3, which actually wasn't that long ago. This is episode 5, I'm pretty sure. Unless I got that completely wrong. I can't really remember. I'm really bad at that. I always, like, forget. I think this guy is, like, 400 HP. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this is actually the room with the money on. But I remember that actually to get to where we need to go, we are going to have to head through this. Yeah, there we go, 500. I was right. Yay, I'm actually happy I'm right. We have to head through this area to, and then this should take us to the normal place. Oh no, it won't. This takes us to the roof. I know that we have to head backwards and go back out through the room with the rippers and the Altairs in them. Oh, this is actually going to be difficult. Actually saying that, we kind of defeated it. Come on, Altairs, die, please. No, you can die. You can die and everything. Just die, please. Actually, I think I'm going to switch back to the cats just because, you know, we don't get that damage advantage, but they are a lot quicker to use. And in situations like that, that's very beneficial to us. We haven't seen normal golems yet. We've seen, I believe, clay golems. And, I don't know why, actually. I don't know why I've got Simpsons on the brain, because I referenced it earlier with Comic Book Guy. But does anyone ever remember that Treehouse of Horror episode where they had, like, the Jewish golem? And then they had to, like... Oh, please don't use your magic on me. And then, like, it wanted to get married to the clay golem woman or something, and it killed people? I can't quite remember how the episode panned out. But I know for this bit we have to head backwards, actually. It might actually not let us get to the area we need to get to until we complete the whole map, which is kind of unfortunate if that's the case. And really sucks, actually. Come on, you. The thing with these, the werewolves, you kind of have to hope that you defeat them before they defeat you, kind of thing. And I really want to avoid using my potions, but I might have to at one point. You know, if it gets to the point where it's becoming, like, decently difficult for me to actually, like, win, which in that case it wasn't. There's just a disc armor up there. He's not too difficult for me to deal with, but I just want to avoid him if I can. And once we get to the area that has the Altair's in and everything like that, it should be much easier. No. Okay, I want to lure him up here, actually. Okay, there we go. Yes. Yeah, come on. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Nice. Oh, no, there's another one. These guys actually have always given me so much trouble. I don't know what the reason for it is. I guess it's probably because they're quite fast. Because to be fair to them, they don't actually do that much damage at all. I think actually the key to these guys, create a fountain of magical fire. I'm fine without that power, actually. Oh my god. How am I going to do this? I've got to... Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, if this takes us to the Altair room, which it should... Oh, no, this does. I was right. Yay. So this should take us to where we need to be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Clock Tower. That guy just cracks me up. But we are starting to uncover a lot more about this story, which is awesome. Now, I want to be very careful in here, because the last thing I want to do is game over, because we've actually made a lot of progress. Like, I don't mind, game overing, but the fact is we've collected a lot of souls on our way through this area, so I don't really want to put that to waste, to be honest. So I'm just going to be very slow, kind of going down this area. Oh my god, that was close. Okay. Oh, how am I going to handle this? I don't know whether it's worth me actually using an item yet. Or I could, it could be a chance that I might survive. So I'm not, you know what, fine. I'm going to use a potion because I can always come back here now that it's uncovered. Because there is a warp room around here which we can really take advantage of. You know what? I've just wasted my thing because there's a save room on the other side. In this one-way clock tower. What way could he possibly have gone, Yoko? In this one-way clock tower. You know what, I'm so annoyed because as I said before we started that dialogue, this room right through here is a save room. So I wasted a potion, but you know what, we've got 8 left, that's 800 HP we can recover, so I think it's okay. I want to point out something that Soma said during that dialogue. He said, yep, as soon as she leaves, there's a disc armor here. I always remember this guy because I consider him like the gatekeeper of this area. Thank God there's actually a save room coming up as we come run through here. These guys, bomber armor, very easy. Same as the rock armor, just destroy their bombs. They've got slightly more health. Well, I say slightly more, actually quite a lot more. I want to point out something that Soma said during his dialogue, which I always find kind of amusing. He said that he turned on him once he found out about the power he had. Soma, if you were paying attention, never actually told Graham what power he had. He just said he had the power to rule, which is technically true, but he should have been a bit more specific because, you know, when you've got someone who thinks they're the inheritor of Dracula's castle, which we're in, by the way, and you tell them you've got the power to rule, you know, it kind of makes them think that you want to overthrow them. So I think Graham's reaction was actually fair enough. You know, it was just Soma being a bit stupid with his choice of words. But there is something that we uncover at the end of the game as like a storyline element, which obviously as it's the end of the game and part of the storyline, I won't spoil it. But I'll say it when we get there. But it kind of does explain why Soma had that sudden personality change, let's say. Because you may have noticed also the yellow Medusa heads turn you into stone. The blue ones, although they do hurt you, they will not do anything like that. Now, you've got to be careful in this area, because if you go in the spikes cause a lot of damage, and you've got to be extremely careful. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. See, because you can see, if you get stuck in the spikes, you know, you're screwed, to be honest, if you get stuck in those spikes. I want to go back through here just so I can get up. The thing is, you get hit once and you're done. You're done, which is why I hate Medusa heads. I mean, they're easy to handle, I guess, in the first game because they were in the second room, if those of you haven't played the first game. I want to go through here. There's nothing we can do through here at the moment, but it's good just to mark it off our map while we have the opportunity. Come on, there we go. And there actually is another save room around here, so we should be alright. Those harpies, I've got to say, though, are like probably my worst enemy in the game. Honestly, I don't like the way they're very fast. I always just find that off-putting about just how fast they are. This actually leads us to the last area of the game, but as you can see, we can't get there yet. We will at some point get there though. Actually, I'm kind of curious about something. I wanna check something. Oh! That's what it does! That's what it does! Okay! So if you couldn't guess by the giant wrecking ball, we actually have to destroy this wall at some point. That will come at the end of the game. But I was curious, as you guys remember, of how the peeping eye actually identifies breakable walls. And now that I know that, I'm actually really happy. So I'm probably still not going to use it because, you know, I kind of know where a lot of them are. But, you know, if I'm just going through for, like, completion purposes, I will probably use that just to see if I'm definitely getting everything. By the way, maps do have a percentage. We've currently done half of the map, which I think is awesome, considering we're, like, I guess we're kind of halfway through this series. This series will probably be, if I had to estimate, probably 11 episodes, I'm not sure. But here we go, yet another example of previous bosses coming back as normal enemies. And this guy, honestly, as far as bosses go, is one of the easiest. You saw that I had no problem. I think the first time I faced it, which was in Area 2, the study, you may remember I had literally no trouble. I don't even think he hit me at all. So there we go. But as you can see here, there is a boss which we are not going to face because I feel like we have to be at least level 5. So I'm going to save here and I'm going to take the opportunity to level up for a little bit before we go to the boss. Actually, yeah, you know what? Next episode, we are going to tackle the boss. I will see everybody then. Have a good day and goodbye.